Hey there, welcome back to Plow and Pantry. I'm Alicia if you're new here, and today we are discussing what to eat from the garden in late spring, early summer. And this video kind of comes about from some questions I have gotten from friends who are kind of new to gardening, and so they're contacting me a lot with questions and things. And one of them that I've gotten, actually, it kind of surprised me to get it, but then also to get it multiple times from different people, is what to do with things this point in the season when you don't have everything you need for what you plan on growing. For example, if you planted a bunch of stuff because you want to make your own salsa, so you planted cilantro and tomatoes and jalapenos and onions, but you don't have all that stuff ready yet. The cilantro might be ready. Tomatoes aren't ready in my area yet. Jalapenos are way not ready yet. Onions, not mine, but other people's might be getting close to it. So this came about with kind of different ways to use things when you don't have all the things from the garden that you want for your intended planting purpose. And also, I just want to give the disclaimer, which is something I've given them, that you don't have to be so all or nothing. I feel like there's this thing with people that are new to growing their own food and they want to grow all their own food, which is a great goal, but it's a long-term goal. And it is totally okay to get your basil that's ready in the garden right now and make something with it you would normally make with basil, but get the other ingredients from the farmer's market or the grocery store or wherever you need to. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Growing any one ingredient yourself already levels up your product that you're making. So it is okay to supplement. It's totally fine. And to grow all of your own food, which is kind of a misnomer because there will always be things that I cannot grow. I might grow my own meat chickens one day, but I'm probably not going to grow my own beef, pork. I can't grow salt. I can't grow cinnamon where I am. I can't grow vanilla where I am, stuff like that. So it's kind of a misnomer to grow all your stuff. But I know that when you have planned to plant all the ingredients for a particular thing, then it can be kind of just like, if it's your first time, you're kind of like, oh, it's not all ready at the same time. In the case of something like salsa, it will be in a way if you can preserve your cilantro or cure your onions or what have you, so that later when the other ingredients are ready, you have them. But I just want to say, like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It's totally okay to mix stuff that you grow and stuff that you buy. I just want to put that out there because I feel like people who, it sounds really reasonable and like duh, but people who are trying to focus on growing all their own food are, sometimes it's the forest for the trees kind of mentality where you lose track of the big picture because you're focused on this one thing. Anyways, moving on. So what I have given suggestions for are things that they grow that I have in the garden right now. And so my garden's way behind. The storms here in East Tennessee have been destroying things, and I've had to replant things, and they're destroying things and replanting things, and I just sprained my ankle, so getting out there to work is a problem anyways. But what I have in the garden right now and how I'm using it is what I generally tell them. So that's what I thought I would go over with you. Besides putting out there, go ahead. Go ahead and use what you have ready now. It's okay. So first of all is herbs. Herbs they're ready pretty early in the season because they start to get ready early season, most herbs. I already have, my rosemary is already back. My oregano has already got growth on it. My sage has had growth on it, new growth for a long time. And then the new herbs I've planted, the annual herbs this year, dill, parsley, basil, that kind of thing. They are not full grown, but they are ready where I can trim bits here and there. And basil especially I like to trim because it makes it grow bigger. Pruning it the right way does anyway. So I have those herbs ready to start harvesting right now. And so here are a few ways I use herbs. One of them, I actually start to throw fresh herbs into salad greens. It's kind of a spring and summer thing we do here. I just throw them in raw. I don't do anything special. I just chop them and add them in, just a few, not too much. And it just kind of adds a little depth of flavor to our salads. I do the same thing with eggs in the morning. I eat a lot of eggs. We have chickens. I am trying to up my protein, so I'm eating more eggs. And I just throw chopped fresh herbs into my eggs. Caveat with that is make sure that the ones you're throwing in are, one, herbs you like, obviously, but two, ones that play well together. I like to do a lot of single herbs in my eggs. Like, I won't really just mix all the fresh herbs out there. I might have basil one morning, especially if I have some chopped tomato from the store. Or I might just do dill one morning, something like that. Although I will mix parsley with almost any other herb. Just make sure that you're using some combo you like or a single one. I also start drying herbs at this point to use in the winter. In the summer, the midsummer, I don't always get to pruning and drying as fast as I want to. And I'm also using those more in recipes, like making spaghetti sauce or making salsa and things like that. So in the middle of summer, it's not always as easy. So right now when I have little bits and it's more than what I can just cook with fresh at that moment, but not enough to use with other ingredients, or my other ingredients aren't ready yet, I will go ahead and dry some. So I have my dried oregano, my dried basil, my dried parsley, all those things ready for winter. So I dry some. I also dry extra of some for teas. I've started making more of my own teas. I buy like black tea and green tea base leaves, organic ones. I think I just did an Azure haul that had some of those in them. And then I will add my own like dried lemon peel and mint leaves and stuff like that to my tea. So I've been drying extra for that purpose as well. Infused waters is another herb thing we do. Mint is a family favorite. My girls like to put mint in their iced tea as well. I like infused water with strawberry basil, and the strawberry basil also is a good combination for lemonade. So that's a good one too. So just think about making your water a little extra. Also, I'm looking at my list here. I have made a few videos that use herbs. If they are useful to you, I can link them. I know one of them was different salad dressings, and I did an avocado green goddess salad dressing that has several different fresh herbs in it. A really good salad dressing. And I also have a video where I made a bunch of different condiments for a cookout, and one of the condiments in there is a maple basil Dijon, and it is so good. It's one of my favorite condiments. So mixing those into your condiments as well. And then the last thing I have down for herbs is caprese salad, which if you are familiar with caprese salad, it's tomatoes and basil and mozzarella, and then you have your balsamic vinegar, olive oil, salt, and pepper. It's pretty simple. It's delicious. Most people in our family like it. At this point in the year, I don't have tomatoes. There is a farmer's market we have that has a few from a local county that does like high tunnel tomatoes. And also there is a farm stand I like to go to that has tomatoes that they source from someone else that I like. So again, it's okay to not be 100% all in. So that is herbs is a lot of what I have ready right now. In addition to that, we have some fruit coming into season. My strawberries are already done. My June bearing strawberries are already done for the year. Raspberries are what I have going right now, and my blueberries are almost ripe. So I do the same kind of things with all of them. I just vary the fruit that's in it by what we have out in the yard. So yogurt parfaits are one of them. I've been making more yogurt than I used to, and we like to layer it with some homemade granola and fresh fruit. I've also been making a paleo granola, and I put fresh fruit in that and almond milk and eat it like a cereal. We make raspberry lemonade or strawberry lemonade or blueberry lemonade. I also like to make yogurt or smoothie bowls that have I'll put whatever fresh fruit we have and sliced almonds, stuff like that. So fruit, I make the same kind of things. I just swap out the fruit by what's in season. We also like to just eat fruit fresh, regular. Okay, as far as vegetables and the regular stuff in the garden, in the spring, I don't do a lot of the spring vegetables. A lot of people do. I don't do spring carrots. They're usually not ready for me until summer when it's hot, and they don't taste right to me. I do fall carrots. I do that with a lot of crops that people grow in the spring and fall. Broccoli, cauliflower, all those. I plant them midsummer for fall. They all taste better to me after a couple frosts. But I do grow a few radishes, and I put them in a veggie tray. My favorite radishes to grow are French breakfast radishes. They are a little bit more mellow. The pepperiness is not my favorite part of the radish. Some people, that's the part they love. I like the more mellow one. I did grow some fun ones this year. I think I may have put some on Instagram with a carrot radish. It's yellow and looked like a small carrot, but it was actually a radish. And a lady slipper radish, very spicy. Radishes lose some of their spiciness if they're cooked though, and also if they sit for a while in the fridge. So besides putting them on a veggie tray, I also will put radishes. I think I've done a video where I made taco pickles with radishes. I like to put those on tacos. They're like a pickled radish pretty simple. They also lose their heat in that. And then I also will slice them fresh and put them in bowls. I like to make what I call fake sushi bowls for lunch, and that they're fake sushi because I use a packet of tuna in them. Sometimes I have a rice base, sometimes it's cauliflower base, and I'll do whatever veggies I have on hand that I like to put in there. Like, I almost always have avocado and cucumber and the tuna, and sometimes radishes. Sometimes I'll crumple up the little sheets of seaweed that my kids like in their lunch boxes, and like sesame seeds on top and a sauce. And so I will put radishes in there. In that case, I actually like that little bite. I don't overload it with radishes, but I like that little bite because those are kind of more rich flavors and it cuts it a bit. So that's just something I like to use radishes for. Sugar snap peas we have in the garden right now. Those are pretty much just a snack. They're my youngest daughter's like favorite vegetable snack. And if on the rare occasion we get way too many to eat fresh, I actually shell them and freeze them and use them as frozen peas later on. Even though they're sugar snap peas and you can eat the shell and just snack on them straight, the peas inside are they're just a sweet pea. So you can totally just use them in place of other peas. And then the last thing I have in the garden this year is cutting celery. That's new to me this year. I have not had great success with planting celery in the past, and this year I tried cutting celery. The stalks are a little smaller, but the flavor is so good, and you just cut what you need and the rest grows back. And we've been enjoying that. I'm excited to have that when my son comes to visit, because celery is one of his favorite things to have on the veggie tray. And I just use that in the same way you always use celery besides the snacking tray. It's used a lot in the cooking, you know, with onions and carrots and celery, stuff like that. So the celery is in our garden right now as well. The peas, the celery, the radishes, that's pretty much all I have. I've got onions growing, not very many, again, hail damage. I have garlic that I have harvested the scapes for, but the garlic is still growing. I've been planting things slowly for the summer garden, but there's not a whole lot in the spring garden. As far beyond there's a lot of herbs, and beyond the fruit over in the fruit orchard, the actual vegetable part of the vegetable garden in spring for me just right now has radishes and celery and peas. I hope some of those ideas were helpful for you. Thank you guys for joining me today. And if you have any ideas you'd like to share down in the comments, let the whole community know what you do with your early season stuff right now. I know in different climates, it's different. What's available to you is different. So if you want to put your general area, that would be helpful too. But for us at my house, it's kind of herbs, some fruit, and very few vegetables, but that's what I do with them. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.